Alright folks, we got another battle report for you here. This time we're having a rematch, the exact same list for me from our previous battle report. I won't say who won or lost in it. You'll have to watch that one, and we'll put a link to the video. And Corey's changed up his list just a bit. And we're going to see, well, I'll say who won, so if you don't want to know, don't watch. Tyranids won last time. They kind of crushed the Eldar, so we're going to see if a few tactical changes and a few little modifications to his list will swing the game, or just see if I got lucky last time. So let's see what I'm rolling with again. I got my dual Flyrants with Egrubs, Wings, Devours. Warlord got Catalyst and Paroxysm. The secondary Flyrant, he got Paroxysm and Psychic Scream. Then in Elites we got Venomthrope and another Venomthrope, separate broods, 3 Hive Guard. Troops, I got 2 broods of Ripper Swarms, no upgrades. Fast attack, I have 15 Gargoyles. And I have 6 Raveners with Rending Claws and Death Spitters. And for heavy support, I have a Tyranids with E-Grubs and Acid Spray. And then I brought the Living Artillery node, which is 3 Biovores, 3 Warriors, and Exocrine. And Warriors upgraded with the Barbed Strangler. So that is 1750 points of Tyranids. My Warlord trait is, I don't remember the name, but it minuses 1 to his reserve rolls.
Alright, I have a slightly different Dark Elder force to take on Tyler's Tyranids this time. Hopefully we won't get whooped. But so 1750 points. Changes in the HQ. We now just have a Spirit Seer with the Spirit Stone of Lethan and a Archon from the Dark Elder. Combined Arbitrus attachment. The Archon has an Agonizer, Webway Portal, and the Shadow Fields. For powers, for the Spirit Seer, I rolled Terrify, Shrouding, and Psychic Shriek. They will be accompanying the unit of Wraithguard right behind them, who have they have D size. Sorry, thought I switched it, but they do have D size. For troops, for Dark Elder, I brought 3 units of 5 Calibite Warriors with blasters inside Venoms. What else do we have for troops? Over here we have, from the Elder, we have 2 units of 5 Dire Avengers inside Wave Serpents. For heavy support from the Dark Elder detachment, we have 3 Ravagers with, I believe 2 of them have Disintegrators and 1 has a Dark Lances, but I'll have to check. And we have a unit of 3 Warwalkers who have Scatter Lasers and Star Cannons. So that is everything for the Dark Elder detachment. And for Warlord trait, I rolled +1 to initiative and reroll reserves.
Alright, so we've gone ahead and deployed. We are playing the Relic with Hammer and Anvil deployment. We essentially just switched sides from our previous game and taking a look at it. I think we discussed it, and that side over there where I was last time seemed pretty solid, but there's not a lot of firing lanes, so we're going to see if that will really impact the game. So it could be interesting. So looking at my lines over here, I got my Gargoyles up front, Rippers, Tyrannofex, Venomthrope in there, if you can see him, and Hive Guard, my other Tyrant right there. Raveners in the middle with the Rippers trailing behind, and on the other side we have another Flyrant, Venomthrope, Exocrine, Biovores with the Warriors holed up in the building. So I'm looking just to kind of come right at him. The only thing he has that can deep strike is the Wraithguard, so it's not so bad if he gets behind me because I can easily turn around and hopefully clear off them and minimize their damage. And looking at the Dark Elder side, we got a Venom. The contents are all the same in each Venom, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, so no difference between the Venoms lying along there. 2 of the Ravagers there. The third one, is that a Raider or?
They're all Ravagers.
Oh, they're Ravagers,
yeah.
okay. I see the weapons are just not glued. And then both Wave Serpents there, the Warwalkers tucking in behind, they still have Scatter Lasers, right? Alright.
And 1 Star Cannon.
And 1, Scatter and Star Cannon each? Okay. Alright, so do you want to try and steal initiative, or do you want to let me go first?
I'm going to try and steal.
Okay. So he steals on a 5-up. And he doesn't with a 4. So it's moving to Tyranids turn 1. I kind of wish he actually did steal, because that means he had to move and kind of get close to me, but we'll see if that impacts the game. So moving into Tyranids turn 1. Alright, end of Tyranids turn 1, so everything just kind of advanced. One of the gargoyles grabbed the relic, and they moved up, or just ran ahead. The Tyranids just kind of ran ahead there. The Rippers moved ahead as well into the ruins. Batrep sitting there giving cover everywhere, same for over there. The Tyrants did a bit of damage. The Warwalkers took some heat, 1 died and 1 lost a gun, and it's down to 1 hull point. The Venom that was previously right there got blown up, well, wrecked, and the contents got killed by the explosion and the Bivores blasting them. So that's first blood for the Tyranids, and cleared off of 1 of the Venoms. Paroxysm, that Wave Serpent down 1 ballistic skill, and dropped him 3, so he's down to ballistic skill 1. So that's it for Tyranids turn 1. Pretty decent turn. Got first blood, that was the key point, and getting set up to make a attack the next turn. So moving into Eldar turn 1. Quick little note there. I just remembered that the guy with the relic can't run, so I just popped him back, and everyone else on the gargoyle unit just moved ahead.
Alright, so end of Dark Eldar turn 1. The Warwalkers shuffled up this way. The Wave Serpents pretty much stayed in the same spot, moved back a little bit. This Ravager came up on top here, past is dangerous. He shot into, I think actually everything. The Warwalkers, this Ravager, these 2 Wave Serpents, this Ravager, shot into the, what are they called? Raveners inside there, and I killed 2 of them, and took another one down to 1 wound. And then the remainder of my shooting shot at the gargoyles, and I took out, yeah, and I took out most of the gargoyles. There's still a few in this little patch right here, and a few hanging around in through the building there. Otherwise, just took out some of the screen for him, and see what he responds with on turn 2.
So end of Tyranids turn 2. So Flyrants flew up and he blew up this one. This guy's down to 1 hull point, and he's immobilized and snap shooting next turn as a result of the Hive Guard and the Tyranids actually penning him. Raveners flew up. I was planning on charging this Ravener, but actually their shooting took it out. He decided not to jank, and I actually rolled 3 6s. Over this way, this Ravager is down to 2 hull points, and he can't move or he has to snap shoot. These 2 actually rolled their saves against 3 pens by the Exocrine, so that was pretty decent, and that was really it. I was planning on using the Bivores to bomb some stuff, but these guys were just out of range by like a couple inches. So anyway, that's it for Tyranids turn 2.
Alright, so end of Dark Eldar turn 2. Everything in the back just kind of advanced forward a bit and shot into the line of gargoyles and the Raveners that were right here. We killed the Raveners. I think all the gargoyles except maybe 1 or 2 over there are dead.
2 over there, I think.
Yeah.
Nope, a lone gargoyle.
Lone gargoyle. My Wraith Guard dropped in right here, and I got, I think, 7 dice on the Hive Guard in here. 8 dice, and I failed to roll any 6s, so they're still alive and well in there. I also failed to kill Ripper Base. I think I actually might have got 1. Yeah. So these guys are just, they're in a bad spot right now, I'd say. Over here, he snapshot into the gargoyles, I believe, as well. This unit of Calvite Warriors shot up into the Flying Hive Tyrant, and they failed to hit anything. I Psychic Shrieked this guy right here, and I was unable to kill him. And that was it. So on to Tyranids turn 3.
Tyranids turn 3. So over this way, I just advanced forward with the Rippers, used like the lone gargoyle and the other Ripper to charge in and absorb the Overwatch. The gargoyle died to the Overwatch, obviously. The other Ripper was killed by the Archon and Spirit Seer, while the Wraith Guard wounded these Rippers once, so they're tied up to free the Hive Guard to shoot 1 more turn. This guy, I failed to do anything to him. I just used his Tyranids effects. I didn't want to waste him charging in with the Flesh Bane on the Spirit Seer. Over this way, the Flyrants just crossed paths, gave each other Feel No Pain, reduced both Wave Serpents to Ballistic Skill 1 with Paroxysm, and between the Electroshock grubs that target this Serpent, he's down to 1 hull point, and the Avengers got reduced to 1, and this guy up here got hit by one of the templates, and he's down to 1 hull point. The Venom and its contents were destroyed by the Biovores and Hive Guard. The Warwalkers were shot down by the Exocrine. So that's it for Tyranids turn 3.
Alright, so end of Dark Elder turn 3, 4? 3. These Proxes and Wave Serpents are at weapons or ballistic skill 1.
Yeah.
So they shot into the Hive Guard. Are they called Hive Guard? Yeah, Hive Guard in there. And I didn't do anything with them. I did 1 wound with them both there. So this Ravager shot into the Tyrannofex over here. He had 3 wounds left, and I think he put 1 wound into him.
Yeah.
This one then shot into him as well, and he was unable to do anything. These warriors were kind of just running up the side. They shot into the Tyrannofex as well, didn't do anything. Over here in the combat, we killed almost all the Rippers. There's 1 wound left on the Rippers there. So unfortunately we couldn't get out. If we had got out, we would have been in okay shape, I guess, in terms of trying to get the objective. But right now it's looking like the Tyranids are dominating the board, but we'll see what happens on their turn 4.
Alright, so we're going to call the game here. The Tyrannofex tied them up and survived, so they'll be into his turn. Even if he kills it in his turn, I'm going to likely blow that up since it doesn't have much shots. Those guys are just bordering Biovore range, and there's only 2 Avengers here, and I guess we didn't do the morale, and I killed off the Serpents. It was a good game. It was kind of back and forth for a little while, then kind of swung in the Tyranids' favor mid-game, and he had a few key rolls that he failed. He shrieked the Tyrannofex, which didn't do quite as much as it could have, but all in all, it was
one of the bigger things, not being able to kill any of those.
Yeah, I think we talked about the big tactical mistake of the game was choosing this side. I think he should have took the other side.
I didn't have many shooting lanes.
Yeah, and I mean, like it looks like we have a lot of line of sight blocking terrain, which we do. But I mean, if you look at this end of the table, it's really open. He would have had a lot of gun lines at me. Whereas advancing into this side, I had a lot of spots to hide. But no, it was a good game. We'll definitely have another rematch. Do you think Dark Elder was better, being your primary?
A little bit. I think before I had a lot of points in my HQ, so just spreading them out a bit helped a little bit.
Why don't you tell everyone about your tactic of ignoring the flyers? Do you think that's...
Last game I tried to shoot, it worked a bit better. I mean, last game I shot at the flyers pretty much the whole time with everyone I could, and it just took all fire away from all the other units, and they still lived anyway, and they were killing a tank or 2 a turn. So ignoring them kind of worked better than that. I could kill more stuff on the ground. Like the board looks better
than the previous game.
But
yeah, killing my Raveners. They're an expensive unit, 300 points, because I take every single option.
Yeah,
but it worked. They worked.
Well, I mean, they drew the whole army's fire pretty much the whole time. But yeah, like you said, I didn't have much to shoot at the first 2 turns.
Yeah.
And I only had like this portion of the board I couldn't really work with, because it was all like this blocked this whole section off, and then combined with this and this piece blocked off almost all shooting to here.
Yeah.
So I had pretty much to work with like this area, these lanes right here.
Yeah. And also too, this one, I think this was huge. For this building, there's a wall that has no windows in it, and the Venom Throat just sat there giving 2 up to this building. Whereas if it was the other way around, I don't really have anywhere I can hide. Like I could sit back in this piece right in there, but it's not far enough to get to the Relic or anything important in there.
Also, the area I deep struck in wasn't bad, but I mean, Tyler did a good job of surrounding the Hive Guard with like Rippers and all those the gargoyles were circling it, so I didn't really have anywhere to deep strike that was good. I wanted to deep strike over here and template these guys and send the Archon off either this way or even to like deal with the Exocrine. He didn't do that much, but the Archon was gonna go, like leave the group and go elsewhere, but he ended up just sitting there getting tied up, so that was a lot of points. Like right here, it's 210 points for the Wraith Guard, 160 for the Archon, and 85 more for the Spirit Seer. So
I mean, the reason I did that too is the previous game they killed They
They
probably
killed
made their
the
points
Train
back.
Effects and the Exocrine, and they killed two of the Arkan bust off and killed 2 of the warriors.
And he would have finished off the other one too.
And they killed off all the Biovores.
So I knew they were a threat, so I had to just protect my little fort in there. You'll see in a lot of my videos, I get Hive Guard to the middle and just protect them. They can work, but I don't know, they're hit and miss sometimes. But anywho, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll definitely do another one. We'll tweak the list up. I think I'll change mine up a bit just so you don't see the same thing over and over again. But again, take a look at the Ravagers, give them a try. They're fun to use. And if you have any tactical insights for things I could have done differently, things Corey could have done differently, just post them up there, and hope you enjoyed the back.